You think like Santa is to Jesus, as Krampus is to Satan, and like Satanists, like
as
they're
Lilith
not bad.
is to Eve.
Bad.
Because if we should talk about real feminism, we have to talk about Lilith. Lilith was sexually liberated, and as such, she became demonized by the white hetero-Christian cis patriarchy. Hello! Oh. You are such a little fuck girl. So, we are here for our Christmas special edition.
Merry Holidays!
Of Good Morning Femme. So, we do have a very special guest today that we have to talk about. We must introduce to you. Rutabaga the Ruby-Nosed RainDoe.
You know, she is one would say, a red-nosed reindeer. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that term
is
politically...
It's really not.
So this is Rutabaga. She wants to introduce herself. This is the new her. Well, not really the new her. She's always been Rutabaga.
Sorry.
It's just, you know, we're still getting used to the politics of it as well.
We are. She has a podcast coming up.
Yes, and it should be really, really popular. We're hoping that NPR picks it up.
Yeah. What's the name of the podcast, Rutabaga?
Rutabaga and the Rutabagas. Red nose.
Red nose.
Red light, green light, blue nose, red nose.
Red nose, blue nose.
What?
Who knows? We know.
Red nose, blue nose, who knows? We know is the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Took her a little while to figure that one out.
Took a while.
She had to do some market testing, rebranding.
Worked with Gray Advertising, all the major, also influencers.
All the major influencers.
All the major influencers.
Get it? Major? And what I also love about the podcast is it's sort of reclaiming the identities around other holiday favorites. I think that Frosty the Snow Person is a special guest at one point.
Ironically, who stepped in was Krampus.
Oh,
now, Krampus is real tight with the Satanist community and the Satanic Temple.
We wanted to open today by we have some interesting cultural experiences that we wanted to share around Christmas and the holidays specifically. And so Christiana here, as you may or may not know, actually moved here from Germany and is German herself.
Yes.
And has some very interesting perspectives on the German Christmas experience as opposed to the American Christmas experience.
So, I grew up in Germany, which was great.
Come here.
But I really would, my mom's American, my dad lived in Germany, and so when I moved here, I just remember just being enamored and fascinated by all the kitsch and the glam and the consumerism. And I know it's evil and it's terrible and it's capitalist, but it's so shiny. I love it. And, but in Germany, they take it a little more on a solitary basis. It's seen as a solitary, religious, time with family. And us Germans, what do we love? We love sausages, beer. Okay, those are terrible stereotypes. But we love to complain and we love arguing. And what
those
better
are also
time
stereotypes, but that's okay.
than at Christmas. Because even the religious Christmas songs are, related to Jesus and the whole manger spiel, doula. I don't know if there was a doula there.
Well, I think there were sheep and cows present.
Sheep doula.
So the sheep doula. Yeah.
Sheep doula. Okay.
There's a new Netflix special coming out about that, actually. The sheep doula.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I am Catholic. I do kind of pray, but that guilt lives with you. Yeah. That's a superpower. I think some people actually have superpower. I just have the power of guilt trips.
Yeah. Well, that's part of magic. That's your queer magic identity. That's
my queer magic identity.
Let that work for you.
Actually, speaking of, Satanism, really fascinated with it. I found out that they're against transphobia. They're against all these things.
The
they're
Satanists are.
Yeah, they're pro-abortion. I think I've been politically I would agree with all of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I joined their Instagram, which as a millennial, that's basically like joining a religion. So
right.
I joined Satanism via Instagram.
Right.
And they kept having all these pictures of like cash and money, Satan, cash, money, Satan, like repetitively.
That was my stripper name, actually, Cash Money Satan.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I think so.
Cash Money Satan. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right?
I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice hair, what you just did there in a quick minute.
Yeah,
that was a good...
The spirit of magic of holiday.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I love it. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about, and so we wanted to do our segment of I'm Into It, and talk about the joy, magic, and true beauty of cheesy AF holiday Christmas movies. Yes. So good.
It's so good.
So here's the thing. I recently watched the well-known Netflix original holiday Christmas movie called The Princess Switch. Which I don't know if you've heard of it, but it stars Vanessa Hudgens twice. It's kind of like a Parent Trap Lindsay Lohan situation where she plays two different versions of herself.
It's like Meta
She's
Hudgens.
both of them. Meta Hudgens. And the plot is like fine, whatever, but what's really fascinating about this movie is the statement on performance, performative identity, performative gender, and performative class. Because you have Vanessa Hudgens, who's an actor, who's playing a small hometown baker, who is playing a duchess at the same time in literally the same frame. So I really think there's a lot there. There's a lot that we could deconstruct about like performative identity and role playing, and the fact that it's the same fucking actress playing both roles, but like roles within roles within roles. It's like, oh, sorry, I got really excited about that. Do you have any favorite holiday movies?
I like my holiday movies the way I like my TV, which is reality and trash. So I love Hallmark movies. I love Lifetime movies. I love Netflix movies. And it's interesting because if you watch Hallmark, you know, the casting and the stories are super either segregated or super white. And they're super, super Christian. So you're always going to have virgins in there. You're always going to have some sort of like, Jesus was what was he? He was a construction worker? No, not
Carpenter?
Carpenter. Yeah, construction, right.
Well, a lot of them are like a woman moves into some house and then like a carpenter comes to town and like has to fix her faucets.
Yeah.
And they don't mean it in a sexual way, unfortunately.
They mean it in a true way.
Like literally fixing her
broken
faucet.
Mm-hmm. She's like getting wet.
Yeah, right, exactly.
She's getting wet by the idea of like falling back into the patriarchy.
But her faucet is broken, so it takes a man to come in.
And she's a good Christian woman. She'll never kiss him until the end when they get married.
Right,
so
right. I think we should make like a queer as fuck version of one of these cheesy
holiday
movies.
Yeah.
Who's gonna fund it? Wink, wink. I don't know.
But
But someone out there should. 'Tis the season for gift giving. So we wanted to give you some tips and tricks about some free and or very cheap gifts that you can give to your family, friends, and loved ones for the holiday season.
So I was thinking, because this is one of my gift ideas, is I'm taking this sci-fi writing class and I'm writing this story about this Victorian woman in New Orleans, and she is very obsessed with her looks, and she ends up meeting this really evil, terrible scientist pharmacist, and he gives her this medication, and she ends up like turning into a lizard because she really wants to fit into her bustle. So I was thinking that'd make a great Christmas gift for my
absolutely.
friends. You know,
absolutely.
That one time that you have to give that like friend or relative something and they did you wrong, and you write like a horror story out of it.
Oh, you can, you know, it could be a great passive-aggressive gift is to like, you know, a frenemy that you have who has wronged you, but you don't really know how to confront them.
Yeah.
The way that you confront them is by writing a holiday story that you give them as a gift that sort of tells a parable/fable about the ways that they've wronged you.
What's one of your
Well, I
tips?
have really gotten into regifting lately, which I think is making a comeback, quite honestly. If you're not into it, save it for later, regift it next year. But just make sure that you don't regift it to the same person who brought it to you in the first place.
Yeah.
Which they say that's a bad friend thing to do, but I just think of it as, you know, paying it forward. You're just giving a gift. If somebody regifted a gift that I had gotten them, I would be honored. I would be like, you thought it was a valuable enough gift that you are willing to give it to somebody else who you love and care about.
I think also another great thing to gift is shit that's in your pantry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you could even do like a treasure box, right? So you could get like an empty thing of like empty out lentils in a box, and then you go to one of those like 25-cent quarter machines, or like Save Your Happy Meal toys, and then you're giving them a treasure box, and they have to sort through it to get these things. Right?
That's
it's fun.
Really fun. You could give someone some good YouTube video recommendations as a gift. I have some really good Nigella Lawson videos.
Oh, you could do a curated list.
A curated fucking YouTube list.
Just say it's curated and it's a nice gift.
So there's
memes,
a lot.
curated meme lists.
Oh yeah, you can also make your own memes for free, or make your own GIFs as well.
Oh, emotional labor. If you're a femme and people see that you're a femme and they're like, I need to dump my problems onto you. You could just be like, here's a free emotional labor pass.
A free session.
I will give you a free 15-minute session and you can dump and drain all your energy onto me.
Absolutely. That is free. So I'm not going to go to Macy's and get you those fleece-lined pajamas that you wanted. I'm going to get you my time and energy. So you better fucking make it worth it.
I'm going to give you 20 minutes in the car. You can cry. It can be an icy day. There's no heat in the car.
You can put
drink
on
old
whatever
coffee,
music you want.
put on old music, and I have to listen.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that with also like mansplaining the whole thing. If you have like cis men in your families and they love to explain things, and you could say, you know what, like, I'm going to give you the gift of me allowing you to explain yourself.
Yeah. Wow. That's a pretty big gift because that inflates their egos.
Yeah.
That makes them feel like they're heard and listened to because God forbid a cis man feels like he's heard and listened to. But we also thought we would spend some time talking about intersectionality around Santa Claus. Why are there no elvish members of Congress? This is a big problem.
Yeah. I've heard that it's been really bad for the elves, like in terms of like the gentrification, because Santa keeps building these like bigger and bigger like real estate, like apartment complexes, and now you have all these duplexes, you have these like McSanta mansions. It's just
I
awful.
heard that in 2016 Santa Claus was trying to do a secret deal with Russia to get a Claus Tower built in Moscow, and so now there's this whole investigation into that.
I
but
can
it's
see
like,
that, yeah.
You know, but I just feel like
these fucking elves might as well be like freelancers that are like working their asses off to pay rent in New York.
this is just flying by.
Yeah, this is just whew.
It's flying by like a reindeer on a sled, right?
Too soon.
Too soon? Was that like one of those...
I'm sorry, Rutabaga.
Was that one of those jokes that like I shouldn't have made? Oh, I'm really sorry. It's really hard for me because I don't understand what it's like, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be an ally to the reindeer community. Cool. So let's move on. Anything to add for our holiday special?
I think we want to wish everyone a happy...
Whatever it is, wish yourself a happy. Okay, so thanks.
Okay.
We love you. Bye.